Welcome, everyone. We often hear about the big, punchy essential oils like peppermint, right? It's got that really strong kick.
Oh, yeah, undeniably intense.
But sometimes the quieter ones have this hidden strength. Today, we're looking at one of those spearmints.
hmm
It's got this softer, more grounded feel, but as we'll see, it's actually incredibly versatile, maybe more than you'd think.
It really is. It often gets a bit overshadowed.
Totally. So we're exploring spearmint essential oil, looking closely at a really detailed blog post from 420formulator.com.
A great resource.
Yeah, absolutely. Our aim is just to give you a good sense of why this fresh cooling oil is well worth knowing about, especially if you're into natural blends for things like clarity, calm, or even like skin tension.
And that site, 420formulator.com, is run by Mike Harmon. It's fantastic for skincare formulators.
Yeah.
And interestingly, for cannabis formulations, too. Lots of crossover.
Right. Really unique perspectives there.
But back to spearmint, what I find fascinating and what this blog highlights is that paradox. It is gentle, but its effects are surprisingly broad and, well, deep.
Gentle powerhouse. I like that.
It's not just a weaker peppermint, it's different. Its chemical makeup gives it these really nuanced effects that honestly often get overlooked.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Botanically speaking, what exactly is spearmint? The blog talks about Mentha spicata.
Yeah, Mentha spicata. It's in the mint family, the Lamiaceae family, so it's related to other herbs we know, but it's incredibly hardy,
Grows everywhere, right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Europe, North America, Asia, super adaptable. And, if you're checking labels, the INCI name might be Mentha spicata herb oil, or sometimes Mentha viridis leaf oil.
Ah, good to know. Same plant, different label names.
Exactly.
So it's hardy, it traveled. How is it used traditionally? The blog mentions some really interesting history.
Oh, it's fascinating. Way back in ancient Greece, they were infusing it into wine.
For flavor.
Well, yes, but also for digestion and to calm nerves. They even use it to scent bath water, apparently, and for respiratory issues.
Oh, okay.
And then the Romans, like Pliny the Elder, wrote about using it to sharpen the mind and help with headaches. It was clearly a really valued plant for well-being.
A household staple almost. And this wasn't just in Europe, right? The blog mentions its use globally.
Definitely. In traditional Chinese medicine, they call it bohi. It's seen as cooling and aromatic.
Cooling. So good for heat conditions.
Precisely. Clearing heat from the head, throat, skin. Used for headaches, sore throats, even emotional tension tied to heat or stagnation.
And Ayurveda.
Similar idea. Classified as light and cooling, good for reducing excess pitta, that fire element. They used it for digestion, mental clarity, and interestingly for women's hormonal balance.
That's quite a range. What about closer to home, like in North America?
Indigenous communities use native mints too. Not essential oils initially, of course, but things like poultices and teas for nausea, menstrual pain, fevers. Now, the distilled forms, the essential oil, are widely used topically and aromatically for similar things. Tension, inflammation, nervous system support.
So this history really points to its core qualities. How do we get the oil itself?
It's usually steam distilled. They take the fresh or maybe partly dried flowering tops of the plant.
And the oil that comes out?
It's this lovely pale yellow, sometimes greenish color. And the smell. It's crisp, sweet, herbaceous, but with a really soft, minty note underneath.
Softer than peppermint, you said.
Oh, much softer, less intense. That makes it a great middle or top note in blends. It's clean, uplifting, but it doesn't dominate.
And stable in products.
Yeah, it's pretty stable. But the blog does recommend adding it during the cool down phase when you're making things like creams or lotions. Helps preserve that delicate scent and the terpenes.
Okay, terpenes. Let's get into the chemistry a bit. The blog talks about this gentle but complex profile. What are the main components making it work?
Right, the chemistry is key. The absolute star player is a ketone called Carvone.
Carvone, that's the main one.
By far, we're talking 50 to 70% of the oil. Think of it as the primary calming agent. It's responsible for the antispasmodic, antimicrobial, antioxidant, and calming effects. Great for tension, muscle tightness, inflamed skin.
Okay, Carvone for calm. What else is important?
Then you've got limon. That's a monoterpene. Smells citrusy.
Uplifting.
Yeah, brings that lift. It's also anti-inflammatory and helps other things penetrate the skin better. Even cannabinoids, apparently, boosts effectiveness.
Interesting. So Carvone and limon are the big two. Any others worth noting?
Well, there are smaller players that add to the mix. Beta-pain, for instance, is antimicrobial, good for respiratory blends or blemishes, and 1,8-cineol, or eucalyptol. Even a small amount, like up to 2%, adds freshness, helps mental clarity, and has pain-relieving qualities. Think toothaches, muscle rubs. It also clears the chest.
Ah, the eucalyptal effect.
Exactly. Then you might find traces of myrcene, which is known for being calming, sedative when applied topically. And menthone, which gives a bit of that cooling, toning feel, helps with swelling or muscle tension.
There's also caryophyllene mentioned.
Yes, caryophyllene is a powerful terpene. It's antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, good for wound healing. Research links it to helping with eczema and acne, too.
And pine, besides beta pine.
Right, alpha-beta pine together give that fresh, piney scent. They reduce inflammation and help clear respiratory congestion, mucus, phlegm.
So this whole combination, what does it mean overall?
It means spearmint is just really well suited for certain things. Oily skin, inflamed skin, congested skin, it's great. It adds this lovely, refreshing, non-menthol cooling feel to topicals.
Non-menthol cooling, that's a key difference.
Huge difference. And the blog notes how this profile, especially the Carvone and Limon, works really well with CBD-dominant topicals. They can kind of smooth out sharper terpenes like terpenylene or osmani, making the whole blend feel more balanced, often calmer.
So good for digestive issues, hormonal skin, mental fatigue, but gently.
Exactly. Effective without being aggressive.
Okay, that chemistry makes sense. But let's talk practical uses. Skincare seems like a big one in the blog. What are its superpowers there?
Oh, definitely. First off, that cooling and calming effect we mentioned, it's brilliant for irritated or congested skin.
Like if your skin feels hot or itchy.
Precisely. Think hot rashes, maybe some types of eczema. It just helps take the edge off, soothe the itch. You can even pop a few drops in shampoo for an itchy scalp.
Oh, nice tip.
Yeah, and the blog suggests mixing it with Roman chamomile for scalp itch makes it even better.
And what about after sports or sun?
It's fantastic. In after sun care and sports recovery gels, that cooling is just so welcome.
I can imagine.
And adding rosemary essential oil, as the blog suggests, can boost the muscle easing effect. Great combo for tight muscles.
Makes sense. What about oily or acne-prone skin? You mentioned that earlier.
Yes, it really shines here. It helps balance sebum production, so less oiliness. Plus, its antiseptic and antimicrobial properties help clear acne, stop infection, and potentially reduce scarring.
Any good partners for it with acne?
The blog mentions lavender essential oil works really well with it, and blending it into something like hazelnut oil could enhance the oil balancing effect.
Okay, so calming, cooling, balancing. Anything else for skin?
A couple more things. It can apparently help soften the feel of creepy or aging skin when used in face and body creams. Just gives a slightly smoother feel.
Subtle, but nice.
Yeah. And don't forget feet. It's cooling and antifungal, so it's great for things like athlete's foot. Plus, it's just incredibly refreshing for hot, tired, sweaty feet.
Foot cream potential.
Totally. The blog even mentions a recipe for a homemade cannabis foot cream. Using it says it's really effective. Works great in foot gels, too.
Wow, okay, spearmint is definitely a skincare hero. Moving up. What about hair? Does it do anything for our locks?
It does. It's mainly about scalp stimulation and health. It stimulates the scalp, but gently, so it's less likely to irritate sensitive skin compared to peppermint.
A gentle tingle.
Exactly. Adds a clean, fresh, tingly feel to shampoos or hair masks. And again, helps with itchiness and excess oil right at the hairline.
Any specific product ideas?
The blog suggests using it in something like their conditioning lotion bar for skin and hair. Sounds like a neat way to get those scalp benefits.
Okay, skin and hair covered. But the blog hints at other uses too. What else can this gentle powerhouse do?
It's surprisingly versatile emotionally. For emotional support, it's uplifting, but not jarringly so.
So good for anxiety or fatigue.
Yeah, perfect for blends targeting anxiety, fatigue, or general nervous tension when you need a gentle lift. Not a shock to the system.
Makes sense. And digestion. That came up in the history.
Still relevant. Traditionally used for nausea and digestive upset. The method is simple. Dilute it well in a carrier oil and gently massage it clockwise over the belly.
Simple and effective. What about breathing?
Great for respiratory and mental clarity. If you've got sinus pressure or feel mentally foggy, using it in the steam inhalation can really help open things up.
Or just diffusing it.
Yeah, diffusing it works too. Clears a stuffy room, brings in that fresh, focused feeling.
Any really surprising uses?
Well, this one's quite interesting. The blog mentions using a few drops in a child's bedroom. It can apparently help with sleep and may even help reduce bedwetting and enuresis.
Really? That is surprising for a mint. Shows its gentle side again.
It really does. A quiet helper for sleep and childhood concerns.
Okay, so we know what it does. How do we actually use it safely, especially on the skin?
Good question. Dilution is key. The blog is clear on this. Keep it low for leave-on skincare, especially for the face. Like 0.5% to 1% is a good range.
And for things you wash off or muscle rubs?
You can go a bit higher there, maybe up to 2%. but always dilute. Even gentle oils are potent.
Right. Safety first. And where does it really perform best in terms of products? The blog gives examples.
Yeah, it shines in things like post-workout muscle gels, especially as we said with oils like Play or Black Spruce.
Cleansers.
Definitely. Cleansing balms or clay masks for oily skin benefit from its purifying action. And those foot creams for tired, hot feet are a perfect application.
And hair care?
Solid shampoo bars, scalp serums, conditioning bars, anywhere you want that gentle scalp stimulation and freshness.
Okay, let's talk blending. The blog offers some nice combinations.
It does some really creative ideas to get you started. But remember, the dilution rule, always in a carrier oil or base cream lotion before it touches your skin. Unless you're diffusing, of course.
Got it. Let's share a few of those blends. Give people some inspiration. How about something for focus?
Okay, for a head clear blend, the suggestion is 7 drops spearmint, 5 drops rosemary verbenone, and 8 drops eucalyptus radiata.
Nice. And for something calming but clear?
Try the Gentle Clarity blend. 7 drops spearmint, 7 drops neroli, and 7 drops frankincense. Really lovely combination.
Sounds gorgeous. What about an uplifting blend?
The Cool Lift sounds perfect for that. 6 drops spearmint, 7 drops bergamot FCF, that's the phenylcoumarin-free kind, safer for skin, and 7 drops palmarosa.
Good for the mornings, maybe. And for monthly comfort.
There's a menstrual calm rub. 6 drops spearmint, 7 drops Roman chamomile, and 7 drops rose geranium. Very soothing.
And one for skin, like a toner.
Yep, a fresh skin toner blend. 7 drops spearmint, 7 drops lavender, and 7 drops green mandarin. Balancing and refreshing.
Those are great starting points. It really shows how well spearmint plays with others.
It really does. It's not just a solo act.
Well, this has been fascinating. Spearmint essential oil is clearly so much more than just, minty freshness. That history, the subtle chemistry, it really is a gentle powerhouse.
Absolutely. Its versatility across skin, hair, emotional support, it just makes it such a valuable tool to have in your kind of self-care kit. It proves gentle doesn't mean weak.
Definitely not. And if you're listening and feeling inspired by these ideas, wanting to maybe make some of these blends or try other things, that website we mentioned, 420formulator.com, it's seriously worth checking out. They have tons of free formulations, actual recipes for skincare stuff. It's a really great place for more ideas, especially if you're into natural formulating.
It really is a goldmine for formulators. So maybe the question for everyone listening is, after hearing all this, what blend catches your eye? Or maybe how has this shifted your view on the gentler mints?
Yeah, something to think about. How might you use this quiet achiever?